Hi there, friends. It's day 4 of the 5-day challenge to tame your carb cravings. We are in the home stretch, and you are knocking this challenge out of the park. You know, it is so great when you can actually start to see the connections, right? You start to put it all together. You begin to feel like you can really do this. And so hopefully day 3 went well for you. I mean, it's not too difficult to have leftovers for lunch, right? And that was the point, to make it easy. And so today is another easy challenge. Today is all about snacking. And first, I want to teach you a little bit about my philosophy on snacking, which I think is so important because there is so much information out there when it comes to snacking and how many times a day that you should eat. So there are so many diet myths, and I have people coming to me thinking that they need to eat 6 or 7 small meals throughout the day. And I think that for most people, that's one of the worst things that you can do. And I will tell you why, both from a physiological and psychological point of view. Now, given my passion as an emotional eating coach, I'm especially focused on how snacking impacts our ability to heal from emotional eating. And the truth is, in order to heal, you need to feel. You need to be able to distinguish between physical and emotional hunger. With snacking and grazing, you're not going to know what or how you're really feeling because the food is covering or numbing out those feelings. Now, that said, I totally get that not everyone is ready to go cold turkey with eliminating snacks, and we'll talk about how to address that in just a minute. On the physiological side, just think about the style in which we evolved, the hunter and gatherer style, where we had to catch and kill food regularly so that we evolved eating bigger meals with lots of food at one time and then having a good solid chunk of time without eating. Our digestive systems evolved to accommodate that really well. So when we're in the middle of digesting food, the digestive system is working hard. It's breaking down food mechanically and chemically, and things are moving down the pipeway through muscle contractions. Enzymes are being secreted, hydrochloric acid is being produced. All of these things are happening. And when we're done digesting food, our digestive system goes into a restorative mode where now it's building up the enzyme supply again. It's building up those cells that produce hydrochloric acid. It's going into recovery mode. And that's a good thing because the next time we eat, we have lots of enzymes built up to break down food and lots of hydrochloric acid available to aid our digestion, and our system is ready to go. However, you can imagine how different that would look if you're eating 6 or 7 small meals a day, right? Then, throughout the whole day, your body is never actually going into that replenish mode. It's constantly in digestion mode, and so intuitively, you can understand that it can lead to things like your enzyme supply being exhausted, especially if you're eating processed foods that don't have enzymes and you're relying on what your body makes. And it can lead to increased irritation of the digestion tract and so many other issues. So that's one of the reasons I don't think regular snacking or eating that many times in a day makes sense for most people, although there are always exceptions to everything. I'll tell you why I think we get into this mode, though, where we feel like we have to snack all the time. Most of us feel like we need to eat our meals and then always have a snack in the middle. I used to feel like I always had to have a snack with me when I left the house, something to fall back on, a snack bar or whatever in case I got hungry. I believe this happens because in the past few decades, we've become very carbohydrate heavy in terms of what we eat. And throughout this challenge, you've probably noticed how reliant you are on carbohydrates instead of fats. And we know now that having that heavy reliance on carbs causes that blood sugar roller coaster that I've been talking about so much. So if you're having carb-heavy meals, then of course your food is digesting faster. Of course, you're getting the cravings for more food. And of course, you're relying more on carbs again. The heavy reliance on carbs in our diet just continues to perpetuate this cycle. In the past, you've probably felt the need to snack and have experienced that whole hangry phenomenon and the feeling of needing to eat, that lightheaded, shaky, low blood pressure feeling, and we've all been there. Now, as we've shifted away from the heavy carb reliance over the past few days, you shouldn't have those intense feelings. You should be feeling full and satisfied through the majority of your day with just your meals. As a goal for most people, I want you to get to where you're eating larger meals and leaving good space in between. It's good to experiment and play with what works for you in terms of meal spacing and size and the number of meals, which may be different from what works for others. But in the meantime, as you get there, because it may take some time, let's work on the quality of your snacks. Sometimes you do need the snacks, and so the challenge today is just to stick to the snacks in your recipe guide. These are some really easy snacks. The whole point with them, again, is that if you have carbs for a snack, then pair it with a fat or protein. So if you have an apple, you're pairing it with some almond butter or some almonds. Whenever you have fruit for a snack, it's good to grab some nuts or seeds or something that's going to balance out that blood sugar spike and stop you from craving another snack in another hour, right? And so hopefully this all makes sense. For the best nutrient density, try to pick a variety of the snacks from the recipe guide. If you have one snack a day, then have a different one every single day, if you can. But if there's one thing in the list of snacks you like so much and you know that by having that snack it's going to make your life easier, then by all means, pick that one thing that you like and just go for it. Meet yourself where you're at and don't attempt too much too quickly. And that is why every day over these 5 days, we're just introducing one new habit and sticking with it going forward, because that is easy. Remember, little hinges swing big doors, right? So once again, any questions? Make sure you let me know. Post your successes in today's thread of our private Facebook group, because everybody would love to celebrate along with you. And post your challenges too, because people would love to rally around you. It's that kind of space here, so take advantage. And I will see you tomorrow for the last video. But in the meantime, be sure to join me at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time today for live Q&A office hours to get your questions answered about today's challenge and learn more about today's mindset for success. Everything is energy. When you change the energy that you put in your body, you change the energy that you feel and express in your life. And I will be announcing yesterday's prize winner. To be eligible for tomorrow's drawing, you'll need to actively participate in today's thread, which means posting your questions, pictures, experiences, and supporting other challengers in comments no later than 11 o'clock p.m. tonight Eastern Time. If you can't join us live, no worries. You can catch it on the replay, and you don't have to be present to win. So thank you again for your presence, and I look forward to seeing you at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time.